everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? This is the Diane in the Morning Show here on the Home Business Radio Network, where we have positive, powered radio. How the heck is everybody? What's going on? I'm jacked up. I'm double dipped. You know me. I'm always bouncing off the walls. And I'm excited because today I got a special show and some good stuff because it's an interactive show. This is what I like because what I have here is lots of questions that people have asked. So first of all, before we get into the meat of the show, of course, I'm always looking for your questions, your comments, topics you'd like covered, interaction, a shout out, send me some love, okay? You can do that over at twitter.com/Diane Hochman. And while you're poking around the net, always be sure to stop by the site, DianeHochman.com, HOCHMAN. Put in your name and email so you get some good news and tips and videos and all kinds of things from me. I'm doing live trainings every Monday night till the end of the year, believe it or not. If I'm not there for some reason, one of my trusted colleagues will be taking my place, but we have 9 p.m. Eastern every Monday night till the end of the year. We have scheduled Attraction Marketing Mastery, so come on down, come hang out with us, and we'll have a good time. So today is one of those great shows that I absolutely love because it's just straight up Q&A, and I'm just literally scanning. In fact, I have a list here that was compiled for me, and I don't know what I'm going to find here. Okay, so I'm doing this off the cuff, no preparation. I didn't sit and look at it for 2 hours and set it all up. I'm just going boom. So the first question I'm coming up with from John. John is asking, how do you find your target market? Okay, how do you find your target market? You know, when we're marketers, we're looking for our niche or the group of people that's most likely to respond to our marketing as well as buy stuff from us, because isn't that really what it's all about? We're looking to develop a base of customers and a team that's buying stuff from us. So John, I've read a lot about this. I've checked out a lot of stuff about what different people say. I tend to take stuff down, quite frankly, to the stupid simple, okay? I like to simplify things as much as I can. I believe in home business. The lighter and simpler we can keep it, the better, okay? So what I like to do is I generally like to define who would be the people I'd most like to work with and who would be the people that I believe I could help the most. Then what I do is I literally have a notebook. It's called my customer avatar. That's what we call it. An avatar, like in video games and stuff, is just like a picture. And what I'm doing is I'm constantly painting the picture in my mind of who's my prospect, what's important to them, what do they think about, what do they worry about, what are they buying, what are they doing, and I'm constantly taking notes and making lists of things about my prospect. So here's how it works. If you already have something you're selling, for example, you're involved in a business opportunity, then you can work from, here's my product line, who are the people that want it most, and think about everything about them so you can get real niched down. Personally, I like to pick the niche first, because if you have a hungry pool of people that are looking to buy stuff, it's a lot easier and a lot more fun to go find products to sell to them. So it just depends. If you're brand new and you're starting your business, you might like to pick who's the prospect that you want first, and then go find the products that serve them. If you have a product line already, you've picked the product line first, then you're going to sit and you're going to really write down who are these people. Now, let me give you a couple tips and ideas that will really help you. We didn't turn the phone off and now it's ringing because this really is a live radio show. So, couple tips. If you're looking for a hot market, guys, if you do some searching on Google, if there's a lot of websites that pertain to that market, that generally means there's buyers in that group, okay? You do a search and you look for work-from-home moms, you're going to find 10 million gazillion websites. That means there's a lot of people in the marketplace. If you do home business, if you do skincare, different things that people are naturally searching for. So you could actually use Google as a gauge to help you figure out who's the best market to sell into. But the thing I want you to remember most, and I could do, a whole 3-day seminar on finding your target market. So this is just some generalizations. But the thing to remember most is remember people don't want, let me use the example of baby boomers. A lot of people are busy trying to sell to quote-unquote baby boomers because they know there's a lot of baby boomers, and they know that baby boomers generally have money, and baby boomers are moving towards retirement. Some of them need to make more money, or some of them have disposable income. And so people will go around and they'll talk about, and they'll literally write ads, and they'll go after baby boomers and say stuff about being a baby boomer to people. Well, guys, what you want to think about is the fact that you want to talk to people about who they want to be or what they want to be, not what they are. And what I mean by that, and this is no offense to the baby boomers, guys, I'm right behind you, so I'm a generation right behind you, so I'm just thinking about myself. If I'm a baby boomer, I really kind of want to stop thinking about the fact that I'm growing older, and I want to think about the fact that I could be young and vibrant and do all these incredible things. So pushing being a baby boomer down a baby boomer's throat is not necessarily what you want to do. What you want to do is portray images of what life could be like and how much freedom there could be and how much fun there could be over the next 20 to 30 years, as opposed to, a lot of gloom and doom that I see people reminding you, hey, by the way, you're getting older, you're getting broker, and you're not sure what you're going to do. So, people who are like women my age, we know that we're aging, we know our skin is changing, but we don't want to be reminded of the fact that we're aging. We want to be shown the potential of not aging. You get that? We don't want to see what's bad that's coming down the pike. We want to know about what's good and how we can maintain the state that we want to be in. So how do you find your target market, guys? You make a list. You think about who they are. You do a little research to see who's out there and who would be best helped. And most importantly, who is the buying market. Google, quite frankly, can tell you all those answers. Just do a little research. So, next question from Scott. Scott is asking about how do you monetize your website? Well, this is like polar opposite end, but that's cool. How do you monetize your website? Guys, couple ways. One, by the way, if you don't have a website, don't worry about this, okay? We're just having a little fun and answering people's questions. If you have a blog, okay, if you have a blog or website, the first thing is I hope you have a way for people to give you their name and their email to what we call opt-in to get on your newsletter list. And these two questions go so well together because it makes sense. If you really know who your market is, and you really know who you're after, and you get those people to stop by your site and give you their name and email, it's very easy to write them letters on a weekly basis, sharing things with them that would interest them. Different tools, different services, different products they can buy, different opportunities for them. If you know that you have a market that's hungry for X, and you have an email list of all those people, all you got to do is send them what they want and they're going to buy. So one way is building that list and sending out different offers and recommendations. Doesn't have to be hardcore sales, guys. Could be just very simple recommendations. If you have a list of people that you know are interested in health, wellness, and weight loss, and you find a new product or your company comes out with a new product that helps you not snack at night, all you got to do is try the product, write up a testimonial about what kind of results you got and send it out to them. All those people are interested in that topic, you're going to get a lot of sales. It's really that simple. Another way to monetize websites, obviously, is to put some content on the website, video, written piece, blog post about a product and have a link at the end. And then the last way, not my favorite, guys, there's many ways, but this is real brief, is to put ads on your website. I don't like putting ads on my personal website. You can put banners or Google AdSense and stuff like that, but you certainly can have ads on your website. It really depends on the type of website. If this is your personal website with your name on it, I don't know if I'd want my website littered with ads, but that's your choice. But there's 3 different ways. The most powerful, the most lucrative is the list. Take my word for it. Powerful, lucrative, build that list. Let's see what else people have sent in to me. Let's see what we got. Some people have written stuff in, some people haven't. Okay, another question about creating the contact list, and also asking about low-cost ways to get going. Guys, creating a contact list, creating this list. A lot of people have this mindset barrier that this is really hard and they have to be very sophisticated. All you got to do is call up Aunt Mary and go, hey, Aunt Mary, you know, I started that home business. I started an email newsletter. Would you mind if I put you on it in case you know anybody that's interested in what I have going on? I mean, it's that simple. When you meet people, when you talk to people, hey, can I put you on my email newsletter in case you know of anybody that might be interested in XYZ, whatever you sell. You know, or you meet someone that is in that arena and you go, oh gosh, let me put you on my email list and, you know, I'll send out some great stuff. It might help you out. Everybody says yes, okay? You don't have to even know how to run an ad. You don't have to know all the sophisticated stuff. You don't have to be a special copywriter on the internet. All you got to do is say to people, hey, is it okay if I put you on my list? Now, people don't realize that you're allowed to do that. You are. You can manually enter people on your list. So very, very simple, and that's what I recommend. Everybody needs to start doing it. I was doing it before, you know, the internet was prevalent. I have a card file box sitting on my desk. That's the way I used to do it. Hey, is it okay if I keep in touch with you and send you out different things about XYZ? They always say yes, and they're thrilled. And if they don't want to hear anymore, they click a little button, it takes them off the list. It's no big deal. Do not let lack of technical ability or lack of marketing skill, if you haven't gotten it yet, do not let that stop you from building your list starting today. Now, the second part of that question is, I don't have a lot of money to get my business going. You know, what recommendations do you have? Okay, first thing is if you're already in a business opportunity, you really want to work with that circle of influence. You know, nobody wants to call and bug their friends and family, but there's no reason why you can't have all your friends and family on your list and or ask them for referrals. And if you go to youtube.com and put in Diane Hochman, dreaded list of 100. It's Diane Hochman, dreaded list of 100. You'll see a video I did years ago. Oh gosh, that thing's probably 3-4 years old, where I'm explaining how you can use your circle of influence without having them feel like you're soliciting them or bugging them. In other words, if 4th of July is coming, if you still want to get an invitation to, you know, Aunt Tilly's house, here's how to handle the people so that they don't think you're annoying, okay? So first thing, don't have a lot of money, circle of influence. Your friends, family, and people that you know will give you a hand. You'll be stunned. All you have to do is ask. Stop being embarrassed. You help somebody. Somebody said, hey, could you come over and help me move the couch on Tuesday? You'd go, sure, no problem. You'd go over and help them move a piece of furniture. So you say to someone, hey, I started this thing. Would you let me send out some stuff to you in case you know anyone? They're all going to say yes. Let go of the fear, okay? 1. 2, there are many, 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 many low-cost things you can do. Everything from, you know, flyers and posters. There's lots of free stuff you can do on the internet. You can do YouTube. You can do article marketing. If you need help with that, tweet me, guys. I'll send you the resources. You could place your articles all over the internet for free. You could place your videos all over the internet for free. You can go fishing for prospects in Facebook. It's absolutely free. I'd say 80% of my prospects come from Facebook. It's free and it's easy. So, guys, don't let lack of technical ability or marketing skill deter you from building your list, and don't let money deter you from building the business of your dreams. When I started, I was super broke. I had a $10 a week budget that covered printing some flyers and getting some glue sticks. Now today, I could run the business. Literally, if I want to now, I spend very little on advertising and stuff, so I could run this business on zero if I wanted to. And it's a nice business. So, you know, with what you have at your fingertips on the internet and social media, etc., there is no excuse under the sun for somebody not to be doing well and building a list now. So, let us see what else we have here. Some of these are good. I like it. I'm scrolling. Hang with me while I'm scrolling. So, are you guys ready for the biggest time of the year? I hope you heard the last show. If you didn't, you know, dig it up or find out where to find it or ask me for it, because I'll tell you that summer magic and working your business over the summer is a really big deal. And if you miss the boat, I'm not saying that it's not that you can't do well if you don't get going now. You can. Anybody can, anytime. But it's a lot easier if you use the natural momentum. So catch that show. Here's one. USP, which somebody's obviously a little bit more. It's John. Awesome, John. USP stands for Unique Selling Proposition. Okay. I think this is a great thing for all home business owners to think about a bit, especially if you happen to be involved with a business opportunity where there's a lot of reps. I grew up in a company that has millions of reps worldwide. They operate in like 75 countries around the world, and there's literally millions of reps. How do you differentiate yourself from everybody else? If there happens to be a rep on every corner, how do you differentiate yourself and make people see you as the go-to rep? And or if it's a newer opportunity or your own personal home business, how do you get people to take you seriously and to hear you? And it really comes down to what John asked about, which is your unique selling proposition. What makes you different and you special? Okay. And again, this is a whole show, so I'm only answering this in a minute or two, and then we'll go down and, if you guys like this topic, I'd be happy to do a show. But I want you to, again, grab a notebook and start writing out what, and by the way, when I say this, some of your minds are going to go to the negative, and I'm here to pinch you right now. So if you feel your mind starting to go to the negative, pinch yourself for me, will you? Okay, the question is, what makes me different? What makes me special? Why am I uniquely qualified to give you help in this particular arena? Now, the negative part that I was talking about, some of you guys are going, but I'm not special, and I'm not different. Yes, you are, and you know you are. You wouldn't even be trying to have a home business if you didn't know that there was something more for you. You know that you were cut out for more. You know you deserve more. Sit down and make a list. Okay, guys, when I started, check this out, because you gotta really wrap your arms around this. When I started, I was selling weight loss, okay? And I started at 270 pounds. Yes, I did. Really, I did. And, I lost a little bit of weight, and then I had lost about 20 pounds. And then I had a house party, and I had my cousin come up, okay? Now, let's face it, if you're 270 and you've lost 20 pounds, you're 250 pounds. You're not exactly, beauty queen, walking diva, and people aren't exactly running up to you and going, hey, can you teach me how to be slim and fit? Okay, I didn't look that way, and I certainly didn't feel that way yet. So who the heck was I? Who the heck was I to show anything having to do with weight loss to anybody? The answer is I was somebody who figured out how to lose 20 pounds. And anybody that weighs 250, 270 pounds, etc., 300 pounds, believe me, they'd give anything to lose anything. So I was like them. And I was able to show them what I was doing. Now, here's what's cool. I went out to lose 70 pounds in 6 months. And so even after losing 70 pounds, I was still 200 pounds. Again, not small woman. I'm not a small woman today, guys. But the bottom line was, when I told my story, if I told my story and I said, I'm a weight loss expert and I'm going to show you about weight loss, if I told that to a cheerleader or a cross-country runner or a swimmer or somebody who was very athletic, they'd look at me like I was insane. But if I said to somebody, I lost 70 pounds in 6 months, and I specialize in helping women that have had perpetual weight loss problems and are on the edge of obesity, or who are obese, with getting down to a healthier weight, all of a sudden, I had a unique selling proposition. And what I did is, instead of going after the general population and trying to sell everybody weight loss when I was still overweight, I specifically went out and located women that were over 200 pounds and needed to lose 50 pounds or more. Do you see how I transferred my expertise when I targeted the right market, when I built a list of people that I knew were only in that market, which I did, and then when I shared my unique selling proposition? Because let's face it, guys, if only somebody who's been obese can understand what it's like to be obese. If you've never been heavy in your life, or not really heavy, you got an extra 20 pounds, but certainly not 100, you have no idea what it's like Just like, there's all different circumstances where we wouldn't understand what somebody else's shoes are like. But people knew, women knew in particular, that I understood where they were and why it was hard. So your unique selling proposition has to be about what's special about you and or your product and why that product is suited to this particular marketplace. Again, this could be done, it would take 2 days to cover this whole topic intensely. You can do some research about it. Ask me if you want me to do a whole show. But you should work on that because it's a real important thing. So great question, John. And I probably will cover it more intensely later on. Let's scroll down. I'm trying to move. I got this little box on my computer that's blocking my questions here. Let's see. What are the most effective ways to use social media for marketing? Great question from Carol. Guys, I love social media. I love Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, anywhere where I can go where there's a whole bunch of people and I can be social. That's what I love, okay? And the first thing you want to know about social media is just that. It is social. What does that mean? It means you're not supposed to go in and you're not supposed to just start jamming people and selling them. So let me give you the example. If I invited you over to my house for a barbecue, we just came back from a big barbecue festival this week. It was incredible. I don't want to eat for a week, but it was great. So if I invited you over to my house for a barbecue, and then I had a big product display set up on my back lawn and I tried to, sell you junk when you thought you were coming to a party, that would be really awkward and kind of funky, right? On the flip side, if I had a store and you specifically came into my store to buy something and all I wanted to do was serve you burgers and dogs and see if you wanted a beer or a soda and you wanted to buy something, that would be weird too. So I hope you follow the difference. Some environments are sales environments and some environments are social environments. But in a social environment, often conversations turn to things that might bring business around. For example, we're all sitting around the table, it's barbecue time, somebody says, I got to find a new insurance agent. This guy just totally messed my insurance up and now I got a problem, right? And I go, oh my gosh, you got to talk to John. He's sitting over there. Let me introduce you. John's been in insurance for 20 years. I introduce you to John. The next thing you know, you're talking. He can fix you up. He gets you the coverage you need. Business can go on in a social environment. And the opposite is true. In a business environment, social things can happen. What you have to get from the get-go, when you walk into a social media site, you need to grasp that it is social. And you need to lead with the social. You need to get to know people. You need to kind of, chit-chat with people. And then, yes, you are able to share content in those environments. Content is an audio, a video, or a written piece. So I have this, on Facebook, I have relationships with everybody. By the way, guys, my Facebook page is facebook.com/Diane Hochman Training. You can go look. I have a social, relationship with all the people, and then periodically I am able to put up a video about what I'm up to in business. And I can say, hey guys, if you know anyone, pass it along. So I'm able to continually put out pieces of content all over the internet where I'm conversationally teaching, sharing, and helping people, and some of those people will become interested in doing business with me. Guys, right now on the radio show, this is a social environment again. We have a radio show. It's really cool. It's, on all the social networks. I'm sitting here. I'm teaching, training, sharing. You come of your own volition. Hey, you never know. Maybe there's business for you with me or with one of the other hosts, Ray, Terry, whoever it might be. But the best way to use social media is, one, to be social, and two, put out content. Write a piece and share it on the social site. Record a piece and share it on the social site. Do a video next time you're at an event or something. Do a video. And if you really want to get aggressive, put out a lot of content. And that's what somebody like me did and does. That's why if you go over to my YouTube channel, you'll find years worth of videos. They're all just sitting there hanging out, and I can share them whenever I want, and or people stumble into them and they get caught in them and they start going through all of them. The next thing you know, you get a phone call. I love that video. I love this. I want to, hear about what you're selling. So it's really Amazing what you can do. And guys, this is the same basis that businessmen, of yesteryear, or business people have used. They always went out and socialized after work. They went to have a drink, or they did this, or there was a picnic or some other social event. The mixers down at your Chamber of Commerce, it was designed so that there was a social environment that would foster business. So don't forget that social media is social first. If you go in there and you set up a product display and start trying to sell stuff and plaster stuff all over the place, you will be shunned. Pretty strong words, but they're true. All right, let me see real quick if I could slide one more in. Where'd it go? Let's see if there's time for one more, maybe one more. Let me see if there's something that looks brief and easy. Another social media question someone sent in. Let's see. Last question that I'm going to do for today. Somebody asked, should I create my own products or should I market an MLM or existing program? Guys, a lot of people have different feelings about that. Some people will advise people to make their own products quickly early on because they can earn a great profit with them. And that is very true. But on the flip side, there's an awful lot to managing having your own products and merchant accounts and all that type of stuff. Call me old school, but I like working through companies that handle the shipping for me, that handle the orders for me, that just send me money to start out of the gate with. I also think that we need to build up our expertise, and over time, of course, I do seminars and training and have CDs and so on. I don't know that I would do those. A lot of people right now, they're under the impression they got to do that from day one. That's not my opinion. Do I think that you should do it eventually? Yeah, if you want to. Do I think you have to? No, I make a great living, and most of it is from affiliate products and from MLMs and so on. Do I think it's kind of neat stuff to do if you have some special knowledge to share with people? Yeah. But do I think you should get off on a tangent? No. You got to look at the profitability of your company. You got to look at, the ease and flow. Tax for tax purposes, it's easier when you have the income coming from those other sources. There's more responsibility when you have your own products, but of course there's a higher profit margin. It's all a toss-up. But if you haven't made money with affiliate products or with a home business opportunity, network marketing company yet, if you haven't made more than $5,000 a month, I don't know that I'd be dilly-dallying in there. My opinion. So anyway, guys, this has been a really fun show, and I'll do this again another time. I'd love to. Send in your questions and stuff. I could dedicate a whole show to something special, too. Love to. Guys, this has been the Diane in the Morning Show on the Home Business Radio Network, and I'm looking to hear from you. Tweet me over at twitter.com/Diane Hochman. Let me know you heard the show, and let me know what you want to hear about next. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time on the Home Business Radio Network. Take care.